Many people yearn for a simpler, more natural time. A time when pioneers made their own clothing, built their own homes, by hand, and even bathed outside, thus becoming one with nature. And best of all, no pricey electric bills. The Barberville Pioneer Settlement lets you know what you missed. This video showcases only a very few of the 23 buildings that constitute this historic Volusia County attraction. This is the Lewis Log Cabin. Jim Lewis built it in Georgia in 1875, and in 1992, his family paid to relocate it to the Barberville Pioneer Settlement. The steeply pitched roof allowed for more air circulation. Also, note the hand pump well on the left and the metal cookpot on the right. The original kitchen was in a separate building, away from the cabin. Tables were small because the cabins were small. This hand-stitched bedspread took a lot of work. Cabins and other buildings began life here. It's lunchtime. Pioneers valued donkeys because they were more versatile than horses. Early settlers used sheep for wool as well as meat. Inside the former Barberville Central High School are a variety of exhibits. This was the office. The building is on the National Register of Historic Places. Classrooms at the school looked like this. They also included a dunce cap, shown in the background. The candle room inside the former high school features this honeycomb press. It also has actual hornets' nests, shown at upper left. I wish I had these wood floors in my townhome. They'd look great. Wax was melted in this device, and wicks were then dipped into it repeatedly. Here are some finished candles, and here are some in various stages of construction, so to speak. Here's a close-up of the inside of that hornet's nest. This diorama depicts life in a Timucuan village hundreds of years ago. This is a Timucuan canoe, 600 to 800 years old. Carved from a single cypress tree trunk, it was 20 feet long and held 10 men. This is the oldest man-made artifact at the Barberville Pioneer Settlement. Here is some Native American clothing. Note the alligator skull. This 1922 GE refrigerator still works. The so-called good old days weren't always so great. In addition to a good stove, pioneer cooks needed a wide variety of tools, such as these. In the early 1900s, the Martin Stove and Range Company manufactured cast iron coal and wood-burning stoves such as the one shown here. Kitchen implements and jars from earlier days were very similar to those of today. Because kitchens were small, many items were kept on the stove, though a more spacious cabinet was often nearby. This room is dedicated to examples of how pioneers made clothing, bed linens, and many other items. Some, such as this, chronicle significant family events. Weaving was time-consuming and tedious. Nevertheless, the weavers prided themselves on producing items that were durable and, frequently, beautiful. Even making shoes required a lot of tools and patience. Venomous snakes weren't the only threat to pioneers. Don't get your fingers caught in that ringer up top. The scars on this piece of pine bark are called cat faces. The slashes caused the tree to weep sap, and the slashes directed its flow toward the bucket at the tree base. Unfortunately, this process killed the tree and, eventually, many pine forests. Sap harvesters were usually Florida convicts leased to businesses. The men were transported in convict cage wagons such as this. Prisoner leasing ended in 1923. Herman's Garage is named after Ron Herman and the Crankin' A's Model A Restorers Club. Ford manufactured the Model A from 1928 to 1931. An early telephone, vintage photos and magazines, old tools, and clothing from the early 1900s are on display. Also among the exhibits in Herman's garage are an early fire engine, scale models of vintage vehicles, and plenty of photographs. I don't know the last time I saw a Model A at the beach. Turn the steering wheel to watch this cutaway Model A engine work. After a long, hard day of manual labor, the pioneers must have enjoyed knowing that the comforts of home awaited.